Today we're going to talk about something we've been seeing a whole lot of people being discombobulated over.
Politics?
Hello, thank you for calling Bookend Gaming. Happy Otaku Tuesday. How may I help you?
I would like a large fry.
We don't serve food here.
Oh. And a helping of boobas.
That I can help with.
Okay.
Let me transfer you. We've got National Park Girls. It's kind of not a lot of booba, actually.
No.
This is probably our worst product, but whatever. We're going to do it anyway. Hi, happy Otaku Tuesday.
Yeah, this is National Park Girls, Daughter of Zion.
We're back.
We're in the Great Valley.
Yes.
Zion National Park, I think.
This possibly is the finale?
I think so.
And the game changed on us?
Well, probably. Yeah. So, yeah, this game also had an update to like their definitive edition. Our Love Our Parks edition.
So like,
and it deleted all my progress, and I had to get back here.
Awful.
From episode 1. Like, it's all connected now.
Oh, you can't.
No, it's all connected as one story now.
Last time when we started this.
So whatever, it's fine. But we're back here, and we're ready. We're ready to finish this one out.
Yeah, the power went out, and we were all sad about being the worst person ever.
Yeah.
And then Zion was like, "Oh, I'm like."
I'm here to tell you of my woes.
Yeah, because she used to be big and was the mom of the group. Or at least the mom of, what's-her-face?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
I don't know. Cameron Diaz.
The wet hair.
Yellowstone.
No. What?
Yosemite.
Yosemite. Yeah. God, why do they both start with Y? Stupid America.
Pick some different parks.
Yeah, God.
You know the one.
Lincoln Park.
Yes.
Yeah, the band. I don't know. Okay, let's
Central Park.
Yeah, what are other national parks? The Grand Canyon?
Grand Canyon National Park.
What's the one with all the redwoods?
Redwood National Park. I'm pretty sure.
Is it? There's a ton. I don't know. Okay, who cares? What's happening? I'm her. Son of a... My knees slammed down on jagged rock. Tiny pebbles meld into my shins. If my jeans weren't already shredded, this would have done the trick. Get some better jeans.
No, it's in style.
Yeah.
Such a bumpy landing. You weren't thinking about letting go, were you? Look at this guy. Wonder how long he's been stuck here.
Who? What?
I don't know. That hiker that got stuck in the...
Oh, the 27 hours guy?
Yeah.
Had to saw off. Was that in Zion?
I don't know. I don't think
Probably
so.
Not.
Zion gently floats down beside me. Huh?
You're the main character now all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Zion gently floats down beside me.
I'm used to.
You are used to being the narrator. Her wings tuck in as both feet gently touch the ground.
Does it matter if I was? Ouch.
I forgot that they're voiced.
Yeah.
It does! You mustn't even think of it. Never ever.
Before I can let myself truly meditate on the pain. I had it right. I know how to read. Meditate on the pain. Zion bends over and helps me up. But me on the ground is still taller than her. I dust myself off, but try not to look at my knees. If it's going to leave a mark, I'd rather not see it.
Your leg fell off.
So I'm guessing we're somewhere in Zion.
Don't look over there.
A chill wind blows right through me, tossing my hair. It's super hot. Red and orange mountain cliffs bookend. A winding, vibrant valley. It encapsulates the area tightly enough to be a canyon.
It is a canyon.
The only proof that there's something beyond here, that there's an end, is the river curving through the green inferno, bending out of sight behind a mountain. I'm so deep, I write journals. To a place I'll probably never see, never step foot in.
So we're gonna fly over there.
Oh, sick.
Are you feeling enraptured?
Because we're in Bioshock. Only so many vistas you girls can show me before that stops happening. I'll show you my boobs.
I don't believe that's true.
Yeah.
It's
not.
There's like hundreds of the others national parks, but I can't name any.
You should see the Redwood National Park girl. She's super tall and stacked. The smell here is different from Yosemite. I don't even catch a whiff of that familiar alpine scent I love so much. The air here is so thin and crisp, it could almost be called odorless, if not for the faint hint of sage that peppers the back of my throat.
That's my head and shoulders.
It's also clean. But you don't have dandruff.
This
Exactly.
Oh. Is this where your painting is?
Angel's Landing. That's correct. Although, I like to think of it more of as a portrait.
Okay, grammar Nazi.
A self-portrait.
Anything with a frame usually is. Though, with a name like Angel's Landing, it's not always this blunt. Windows have frames, bitch. She smirks.
It seems the best of us is rubbing off on you.
Zion closes her eyes, taking in a deep, steadying breath. It all feels so cyclical in a way. She's taking in air from her land. It filters through her, and then she breathes it all back out. Assuming she has lungs. Assuming anything. Is she a fish? Are you a fish?
No, I have lungs.
She draws her eyes from the green expanse, locking them on her bare feet.
Don't look at my green expanse. Trying to lose some weight.
A troubled frown has carved itself deep into her face. Not that she hasn't already seemed troubled, frantic little thing that she is.
Miss Eve, I believe I was being wishy-washy today.
Why? Because you couldn't stand up to Yosemite? She was always going to push it as far as she could. That's her malfunction, not yours.
It was never about standing up for myself. What I'm guilty of is much worse. I kill.
Oh,
I wasn't able to commit to the truth.
that's why we call it Angel, because I turn people into angels up here.
This is the cliff I push people off of.
Wait, you could fly. Why don't you just drop me? Nah, I like I like the excitement of the push.
I had told you something.
Oh, sorry.
That change is natural.
Doot, 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 doot. Sorry. Okay, I'll stop playing.
I'm zooming in, but
As
you're
gradual
not.
as the
that
passing
freak
of
you
the
out?
dusk to dawn. She's following the menu. Goodbye. I'm leaving you here. I echo her words back at her. She freezes, a little surprised that I remembered it maybe. Also, she's getting kind of far away. The somber look at her face tells me that all I've done is just reinforce that she's determined to be the... Wait, what she's determined to be the truth.
Okay, I'm coming back now. Yes, that's right. And yet, I was uncertain enough to contradict that almost immediately afterwards. Telling you that, we do what we can for as long as we can. But that's resisting change. It's a terrible thing to indulge someone else's stagnation. That's what I did to Yosemite.
I guess that's one way to look at it. But there's something about it that bugs me. It shifts personal accountability from Yosemite to Zion. However, I don't believe for a second that was ever Yosemite's intention. I have my issues with her and how she's acted, but there's always something about it I can relate to. It's almost like we're the same. I love her. There's no way I could ever read her mind, but I think it would only make her feel worse if she knew Zion was blaming herself in this way. You know, after she ran, I went and tracked her down. I'm cool like that. My ass is fucking huge.
That was a very kind thing to do.
Talk about my ass? To chew her out.
Oh,
Every reason and justification she gave me sounded selfish and brain dead. For someone who exclusively speaks with words that are over 2 syllables, she sure has trouble articulating herself. But after cooling off a little, I think I sort of get it. It's interesting, even from up here, overlooking everything that there is in the valley, I can still make out fine details. The biggest one is the flow of the river's current. Unlike Zion's portrait, there aren't any white or black dashes in the water to communicate movement to the viewer. All I have to do is look at it, and I know it's moving forward. She's afraid. Not of change, but what can be left behind because of it. Who you used to be might be different than who you are now. Even if you still think you're that person. New isn't scary, but the idea that the old might not be there anymore is. The drama queen compared it to obliteration. And she said that's what happened to you. I've been dancing around this subject with Zion for long enough. We can talk all day about symbology and allegory that hint at what happened to her, but that's not honest.
didn't you just make fun of her for using big words?
Right? Just thinking the same thing. It's like, that was a lot of syllables. I think she knows it, too. She smiles like an old master thief finally caught in the act. It's an expression suited for someone far older than how she looks. I swear she's over 18. Do you know what happened to you?
It's not about knowing, Miss Eve. Anyone can tell they're sunburnt if they've been outside long enough. I don't remember. It's like you said, whoever I was is much different than who I am now.
A dull sadness pulses somewhere hidden in my chest. I'm not sure if it's anything deep, just a shallow wistfulness.
But to say that I've been obliterated would be a true disservice to whomever it is that I was.
A sharp wind pushes at us from behind. Zion flies off the... Zion's satisfied smile gets a little bigger as her eyes sneak to her peripheral. I make a subtle turn to see what she's looking at.
Dun dun.
That bird is far away. Behind us, Yosemite's tall figure watches from the brush.
With a knife.
She stands still, careful to do nothing that would make herself known.
Obliteration is... Oh, hey, Yosemite! Damn it! Everything echoes, whether me or you or anyone else knows it or not. Everything is passed down. Everything the light touches is my kingdom. No one ever truly leaves their old self behind.
This area someone else owned.
The old informs the new. They'd be imaginary without it, and not just ourselves, but others too. It's not scary, not one tiny bit, because any part of yourself that's ever been will always be.
I wonder who she's talking to at this point. It's cheeky, more like a sneaky imp than a delicate angel.
Imps have wings.
But who can stand beside an angel and argue with their message aside from the devil and his advocates?
So
the residual effects of misery last forever, huh?
Yes, as the building blocks to much bigger and better things, I mean.
Only to be tossed into the lake of fire. Now that's real obliteration. Strands of Zion's golden hair flutter in the breeze. Petals and leaves fall off her body, drifting into the clear blue sky. Back in California, at the cabin, I'll bet the storm is still raging. Dark skies and howling wind. National parks have the range of a choir. So, can I ask you a question?
I call alto. I think you just did, but another one's okay too.
Do you, have the wings because of the names of places like this, or is there a logistical reason for it? I don't understand why you girls look the way you do at all.
I thought they were cute. They were on Amazon.
The twinkle in her eyes dull. Her sage smile goes flat.
Miss Eve.
I used too much super glue on my Halloween costume. I'm just like this now.
Stop overcomplicating everything.
I don't have an explanation. We just wanted to draw a stupid little cute angel character.
Swap.
What? Oh, I guess we're her now.
Oh. You asked too many questions on the edge of a cliff.
I'm sorry. Now you're gonna die.
We got the bad ending.
Yeah. No, it's Yosemite.
Oh.
Is the narrator now. So you got your wish.
Yay.
Guess I'll shut up now.
What was her voice?
Zion and the ranger.
Perfect.
Stay for a while longer. The conversation lapsing into a discussion about Zion National Park and the sights of the area.
Rangers.
Eve isn't one to get excited about very many things, but as she talks about all the sites she wants to camp at and the trails she wants to hike, there's a real light that exudes from her. To be truthful, I prefer it to the hopelessness that weighs down her personality near constantly. It is easier to imagine myself with that kind of light when she's an example to follow by.
I love her.
That was the day they died.
They jumped.
Eventually, they grab hands and vanish within the blink of an eye. A quick scuff of wind is the only proof that they were ever there.
They knew that she was there, so they just fucking fucked off. Oh, I guess she got there somehow. Oh, got there somehow by herself.
I don't think they noticed me. Being observant is one of the things I pride myself most on.
I'm so cool and awesome.
So lurking out of sight isn't a difficult task.
She's not hiding behind. She's just standing in the open.
Yeah.
They don't see me. Just eating chips.
She's in the shadow.
Sifting out of the brush, I take a seat on the edge of the cliff. Because of Zion's painting, I have immediate access to this place, but I choose not to come very often. It's a painful reminder of things I know I'll need reminders of. Still, it's a wondrous view. It's unlike anything in my park, in me.
And then it transformed? Oh, sun moved.
Oh.
The sky turns a magical golden orange. It's as if the sunset is jealous and has chosen to copy the colors of the very mountains it sets behind. The river is not jealous, however. It naturally reflects whatever surrounds it. The river can be whatever it wants and whatever it needs to be.
Plus, it's got a girlfriend in Canada.
As long as
You
it's
just
a
don't
river.
know her.
So I sit there hoping that the blue strands of my hair can do the same as the rivers they invoke. To reflect the things in front of me, even if they are not what I am, so I can chameleon myself as those things, perhaps eventually becoming them in earnest.
Then I will truly be the best sneaker.
I become one with river.
I've been standing here for a long time.
I'm hungry. I'm glad I brought this jerky. I do that until the light sinks below the horizon. Then the river only reflects the darkness, and eventually the moon. There is static, the collision of natural and the unseen. Then there is darkness. And now there is rain. I stand in front of the door, immediate access to anywhere within the confines of this park, and I'm still too much of a coward to zap myself inside. The lightning sizzles through the sky. It's not afraid to zap
I was
me.
going to say, it zapped me, no problem.
And for precious milliseconds, it lights up the dark shadows of the surrounding mountains as if it were day. Its younger brother, Thunder, moans, booming at me, demanding that I face what my panic has wrought. I could stay out here forever and ignore it. But I choose not to. I twist the knob and creep through the door. Happy birthday!
Clang.
Yeah.
You're the robber!
The inside of the cabin is blanketed in shadows. No electricity, not even fire, because it requires electricity. We got an electric one. The dim luminescence of the outside world, the light that would be there if even the sun itself was snuffed out, bleeds through the windows. There is no such thing as pitch black.
Tell that to Vin Diesel.
Yosemite?
Yosemite, is that you?
Her voice is a groggy whisper, yet even that feels like a challenge, as do most things from her. The urge to answer is just too great. No, I'm an intruder, here to desecrate your federal property.
Is that like a sex thing? Shh, not so loud. The others are sleeping.
Are we playing a game right now? A sexual game?
Please.
Oh, I didn't know. My banter just got shut down, utterly. It feels embarrassing.
Well, don't just stand there. Bust a move. You're letting all the cold air in.
Ah! My heart somersaults as I hurry to shut the door. Quietly, of course.
Hey.
Damn it.
Click.
The atmosphere is so strange here, as if the entire cabin's axis has been shifted. Subtle, but noticeable.
Oh, God, I can feel the Earth's rotation all of a sudden.
The floorboards squeak as I tiptoe across the cabin. I take another step. There's a quiet grunt. More of an irritated breath than a growl. I think I
Wolf.
stepped on the pup.
Yeah.
I look down to see the coyote puppy bearing his top row of teeth at me. He's lying on his side, legs and ears spread out. It lessens the danger, but I scurry to the reindeer-shaped outline on the couch anyway.
He's smiling. Ah! Dog, my teeth keep falling out. Don't submerge, Captain. I'm still on deck. Yum.
Yellowstone is also sitting on the couch, slouched over onto Eve's shoulder and drooling. Incoherent dream words slip out of her between snores.
Look.
Look,
Her eyes signal down.
I'm not wearing pants.
Curled up like a fetus, Zion takes up the last free cushion, but is small enough for the couch to still feel spacious. There's a soft rhythm to her breath. Her sleep always seems so peaceful, no murmurs or snores. It's such a contrast to the panic she carries with her throughout the day. It gives me the impression that the life she leads when she's dreaming may be a real one, and all of this is just a brief and bittersweet vision, a byproduct.
I can hear you having the Amine condition right now.
Yeah,
Where it's like, God, I didn't breathe enough before I started that sentence.
it's a little too breathy.
Yeah. It's hard. It's like you have to like kind of read ahead and be like, okay, how deep of a breath do I
Yeah.
need to get through this?
I brush her bangs out of the way of her forehead and run my fingers through the rest of her hair. It's soft and weightless, as if it were made from the fabric and strands of all the feathers that have ever fallen from her wings.
I count them.
There's something broken in me.
There's something broken in me, isn't there?
Welcome to the club. Now sit down.
Now sit down.
Is that an offer? A demand? I don't know if I should refuse or not. Probably both.
Do I play hard to get here, or does she like me?
My inner contrarian doesn't know what to do. I hesitate, and somehow I know that I'll be doing that a lot more lately. Hesitating, thinking,
Ew.
even though I already do that far too much of the latter. fear of forgetting and the fear of tomorrow will continue to color everything I do from now on. Just as it's coloring my perception of Zion at this very moment. From loving mentor to child I love, and now to enigma. Everything is shifting, I know that, despite how much I try to fight against it. Does doing so make me a worse version of myself? I want to uncover truths. It's all I devote myself to, yet here I am, kicking against the inconvenient ones.
It's my favorite anime. The crazy happy love and the story of how my mother was isekai'd into my daughter. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like a stupid long title that just describes the entire thing.
My mother is now my daughter.
Yeah. And there are slimes for some reason.
I slide onto the couch, careful not to stir Zion.
Family matters.
Gently, I shift her onto my lap. She tosses and my heart drops as I try to will her from waking up. It seems to work, because she only nuzzles herself deeper into me. Ah, Yellowstone just kicked me in the head.
At least you don't have a mountain on your shoulder.
Eve does her best attempt to turn her head as she tries to navigate the uncomfortable position of Yellowstone's volcano, weighing down most of her left neck muscles.
I called you selfish earlier.
You did?
You did.
It's not damning.
It's not damning.
It should be, though.
It should be, though I know what I am.
You
I am what I am.
Of course.
Of course, I'm selfish, vindictive, and scared. In my crisis, I drag down others to my low, make them as afraid as uncertain as me.
I have to. I can't do it anymore. I have to. I'm sorry. It's literally like hurting my brain. Because like my left ear wants to hear, like try to listen in to what they're saying, but then you're saying the same thing, so it's like echoing, it's rattling around in my empty skull.
I look to Yellowstone. Her sleeps are never quite as restful as Zion's. I've heard her mumble lists of chores and expectations in her sleep before. I've heard her whimper as well. Then I look to Zion, an image of perfection that I'm unsure ever even existed, despite being so sure this morning, but probably not.
God, you definitely have a favorite child, don't you?
The Ranger. Eve chews on her bottom lip, contemplating my words. The things I've always treated as weapons, but are really just shields.
It's true. You're all of those things. I've been right about you since day one. It's fine, though. I am too.
She reaches to pat the back of my hand twice.
There.
Then draws it away. A smirk forces its way across my lips, although I can't describe it as anything but cynical. Well, you are only human after all.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
You're only human after all. Fog presses against the window across the room, water trailing down the glass. The patter of rain taps against the roof. Until it's over, I don't believe any of us will leave this couch.
God, I might as well just play some fucking Dido and full-on lesbian parent relationship going on here.
What's Yellowstone, though?
What?
What's Yellowstone? Is she the pet?
Teenage daughter?
I think that's the end. Is that the end?
That cannot be the end. Is that the end?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the end.
It's time
It
for...
is the end.
Oh, no, never mind. She's talking to Yosemite.
Are you sure?
Yosemite!
Oh, yeah, you're right, because these are always Yellowstone and Zion, aren't
Where
they?
forever are you hiding? Oh, dear me. If she doesn't appear soon, I won't be able to tell her a story. Our picnic will be ruined. Whatever shall I do?
Wait, I'm right here. I want to hear the story.
I think this is a
Maybe
flashback to
Oh.
Yosemite being a child and Zion being an adult.
Oh, I'm not so sure now. My voice is still the same anyways. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's fine. So signify who's talking.
It's getting rather late. Perhaps we should return to the cabin?
Preposterousness.
It's preposterous, dear.
Preposterous. Please, Zion. I want to hear the story about the swallow again. Tell me the swallow story.
What?
Goodness.
Good girls never spit.
I suppose I have no choice then.
No, you certainly do not.
Very well. Come sit down, little one. You can't listen to a story from all the way over there, now can you? Coming.
Oh my God!
Straighten your posture.
Yes, ma'am.
But Zion, must I really?
Only if you respect yourself. Now, Once upon a time, there was a poor man in a field. In the past, he had been quite popular, but rambunctiousness had gotten the better of him, and he had spent all of his valuable possessions, including his clothes. While wandering the endless field, he saw a swallow overhead.
Feed
Ooh.
for free.
National Park Girls Love Our Parks Edition.
What the fuck is this supposed to be right here?
That's a mountain.
Oh,
I don't know. I think we're done.
it seems that way. Where's our little outro thing with the...
Yeah, it's going to
Let's talk
happen.
about...
See?
Yay! Howdy, y'all, campers, and welcome back to another edition of mine and Zion's Fireside Chat.
How'd you enjoy my rack? Hello, it's very nice to be here.
Today we're going to talk about something we've been seeing a whole lot of people being discombobulated over.
Politics?
That's right.
Is it your head?
There is no moralism under capitalism. Not this time. Though to be realio about the dealio with you, I'm starting to get a little sensitive about that. Nah, this time we're going to explain once for all the difference between a national park and a national monument. One is the one that we built. The end.
Great. There's a surprising amount of confusion over this, because y'all dumb.
I was going to say.
So,
I mean, maybe there is like a difference. Maybe there are technically monuments that are naturally occurring.
Right.
I don't know. I think monument, and I think like...
Grand Canyon.
No, because that's natural. A national monument. Well, I guess that could be. We're about to learn it.
Or
I don't
is
know
it
we're
like the
talking
Lincoln
about
Memorial?
it. Yeah, I would think like Lincoln Memorial or like the heads in the mountain. The fuck is
Mount
that?
Rushmore.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah,
Not Grand Canyon.
because that is in a national
meant to-
park, but it's a national monument.
hopefully we'll be able to help. Just stop talking and listen, you fucks.
No, I wanted to sound smart before you guys tell us the answer. And then instantly sound dumb. It ain't that surprising. I mean, they both got the word national in them. What does that even mean? Most folks just zone out after the first word of a phrase.
They do?
Oh, maybe only I do that?
I love you, Yellowstone.
That's one of those I love yous that's like, I love you, but I don't really mean it. It means you're dumb. Wait, why doesn't it sound like you mean it?
It's like an oh honey.
Yeah, exactly. My
So-
wife does that to me all the time. I say something stupid, she's like, I love you. It's like, that's not what that meant.
So, there are more details to go into, but the most important thing to understand is that a national park can only be established by an act of Congress. A national monument is established through a presidential proclamation.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. No comment. Huh. It's that simple. Hot diggity dog. This is going to be our shortest episode yet.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, damn it.
Not so fast,
I gotta
Yellowstone.
pee, though.
These nice people are here to be educated. We have to do our jobs for their sake.
Are you sure? What if they get funny ideas and start making weird fan art about National Monument girls?
That sounds great.
I don't think I'm ready for that.
It's a risk we have to be willing to take for education, for science.
For education. So if national parks are decided by Congress and national monuments are decided by the president, doesn't that mean any old place can become one or the other?
Potentially. Not quite. This is when things start to get a little more complicated.
With the American government, I don't think that ever happens. Please bear with us by standing your ground and appearing large.
Yellowstone, you're confusing your bears again.
Even if that's true, it'll never stop me from bearing my soul.
Was that a pun?
I googled bears in my area and I saw a lot of things I shouldn't have seen.
For monuments, it's a little easier. As long as a building, a site, or piece of land is significant in some way, then it can be declared a national monument. In fact, this is how we determine the difference between a national historic site and a national historic park.
Don't tell me there's a difference. Boy, this is only getting more and more confusing.
I'll try my best to explain.
So it's not something that's built. It's just one is
Yeah, it's
decided by
just-
Congress. The other one's decided by the president.
I guess.
I mean, that's weird. I thought monument meant like it was, built.
Yeah, I did too. Like a monument was like a signifier for a thing. You
Yeah.
know, like it's for it represents something else.
Right.
But like you wouldn't say that about Yellowstone National Park, but Old Faithful would be a monument.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Basically, sites can be historic in that significant events happen there. Like Ford's Theater, where President Lincoln was assassinated.
The guy who made cars killed the president?
Yes. Meanwhile, parks are designated independently of any events that may have occurred there. They may be historical, but in order for a place to be considered a park, national, historic, or otherwise, it has to have opportunities for recreational activities.
Like hiking and rock climbing and other trail junk. And like, you could bring a net and play volleyball or something. Or whatever the fuck pickleball is.
Yeah,
Does that have a net? I don't know.
it does.
Okay.
That's right. Size is also important too, fellas. Small
Damn
parks used to be established on occasion, but in modern times it's expected for a park to be big enough for broad use.
I'll use broads in any park I want. So if it makes you feel itty bitty and tiny, then it's probably a park.
That's a good way to look at it, although there will always be exceptions. Here's Tiny Itty Bitty Park.
Seems like there's a tractor load of those.
Yeah, it's a teeny bit messy. Most monuments, parks, and sites are managed by the National Park Service, though. But sometimes the Bureau of Land Management, also known as the BLM, is in charge of them, or even other departments.
The bowl.
The BLM?
Oh, BLM.
That's something else.
It is something else. I was just like the bulm.
Yeah, the Bulma.
Sometimes people push for things to be more organized, but that's probably a long ways off, so you shouldn't hold your breath. No, seriously, Yellowstone, stop holding your breath.
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone?
Oh, fuck. Oh, wait. Guess for now, we just gotta keep appreciating the messy beauty we got now. That's a weird way to say that. Who cares about names and what's official? As long as folks get a chance to see neat old places, it's all square in my book.
Just make sure to come visit us first, or else we'll get lonely.
Oh my god. We're being psyoped into visiting national parks.
I want to
I
go.
associated them with cute anime girls. Well, thanks for dropping by, but it looks like we got split. Catch you next, campers. And remember to love our parks.
Bye-bye!
That was a short episode, but I mean that's kind of the fun. Oh wait,
Wait, it's a Marvel movie. There's
wait,
more
there's
at the
more.
end. It's Ruben. Oh no, this is probably episode 4.
oh you're right. It probably just goes. Yeah. Hang on, let me save and see what it says. Oh wait, let me make a new one.
Oh,
It still says Daughter of Zion though.
okay. Should we keep going?
I don't know. I'm worried.
Should we pause the episode?
Yeah, let's pause
And
real
figure
quick
out
and
where we're
see
at.
if we need to actually finish the episode out. Okay, we're back, but just to say goodbye.
Bye. Yeah, that's the end.
That's the end. So that's the next one won't happen until it's voted for again. So I guess next week are we revealing what was
I don't know,
won?
because what if someone just watches this randomly?
Then they'll know what's next.
But it,
They'll know
yeah.
what to watch next.
Okay. Yeah, we're going back to the past. We're going back to the fruits.
Yeah,
The
it's
fruits.
fruits time, baby.
You gotta get my Machina voice ready.
Going
'Cause,
from one little girl voice you're doing to another.
yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of talking to yourself. I am just going to take me a nap. Because I just have to click, I guess.
I'm not funny enough to carry this myself.
You got this. It's fine. I believe in you. All right, bye, everyone. See you next
Tuesday, probably.
I guess, most likely.